Well, ladies and gents, welcome back to the North Dubbo RSL Sporties for the 2025-26 TAB State Championships. We're at the finals of the para singles. Our streaming game, the gold medal match, James Reynolds and Bryce Bruyn doing battle. One of these players will collect their second gold medal of this championship. They were, of course, the pairs champions, or are the pairs champions. Bryce had a very strong win over Troy Rogers, who unfortunately has opted not to play the bronze medal match. Fortunately, Troy not feeling the best. He's popped a knee out of joint during his semi. So Simone Smith gets the bronze medal. And the other match, Pamela Stefanis taking on Keith Roberts for the gold in the reserve singles. Well, Gail Schultz and Mark Power battling it out for the bronze. We do have a bit of white on both bowls. James is half white, half blue. Bryce's bowls are sort of a darker blue. They do have some white on them as well, so might be a little challenging for yours truly in the comm box. Bryce has the bowl to the right of the centre line at the moment. A little disappointed there. He's just left that one a bit shy. Been asked who would be the favourite here, and I think we're all hoping we're in for a cracking game. I don't think anybody minds who wins as long as we get a good game out of it. I have to say James would probably be, on paper, the favourite, being the defending champion, finalist 2 years ago on this rink. And our Australian representative going to the Commonwealth Games in the para bowls. Don't forget the mixed pairs also underway today. I'll have some scores from round 3 of that competition for you when they do get underway with that round. Round 2 matches all complete. You can catch those scores on BowlsLink. That's in the app. Available for both Android and iDevices from your relative or respective app store, or through the browser version results.bowlslink.com.au. I think probably James Reynolds holding shot there. Wants this one to run, not quite up. What is Bryce holding according to our marker, Matty Goodwin? Final bowl of the first end. So the bowl to the right of Jack, just short, that would be the shot. Bryce is going to draw to round through that bowl, depending on how much this swoops back. Wants it to start pulling up, but it's just going to run too far through to count. Looks like first blood to Bryce. So the mixed pairs lineups going through the ticker at the bottom of the screen at the moment. Those matches due to start in 2 minutes' time. We are running slightly ahead of schedule here at North Dubbo RSL Sporties, the home of Dubbo City. The single semi-finals went well ahead of schedule, so rather than make the players hang around for another 25 minutes or so before starting, we got them out there. James may have just snuck in for shot there. James Reynolds wants this one just to finish off. I think that might be just good enough to sneak in. Not sure. Bryce asks our marker, so he'll give an opinion. It's a good look and does favour that back bowl is actually the shot. James's bowl at the back. So the angle of the camera is a bit deceptive on this case with the short bowl. Bryce looks to be out on a fairly good line here. Wants this just to wend its way down to the jack. It's just going to pull up just past James's last bowl. Do you think that would mean that it's still the back bowl shot? The backhand draw for James. Wants to just get down, draw another shot. Does follow his third bowl down. Just outside that blue line. It's not too bad a line at all for James. He will cut a little bit on this line, but only a bowl width or so. That one definitely is the shot. Bryce He'll follow that down on the backhand side. Can play a little bit aggressively here. It's not going to hold its line long enough though. Depends on which bowl he hits, and that's Jimmy's bowl gone up. Guessing that'll be close to 2 shots now. A better result there for Bryce would have been to go around the front bowls and just sit the shot bowl or trail the jack back to his own. He had the best back. Just a bit on the tight side for that shot. So James Reynolds holding probably 2. Possibly a third. I think it's only 2. I think Bryce's ones at the front would be 3rd and 4th. And James out on a nice high line. He's a good 50 centimetres or more wider than his previous bowl. He's coming back in nicely, but I think he's just overdone the pace to get another counter. Two agreed. I'll have a look at the others. This is the third one that was the measure. Not a lot in that, but enough that Jimmy's happy to take 2. No, it was 3. It was a third shot. 3-1 in favour of James Reynolds. So a reminder that tomorrow we will bring you some more action. We'll have the semi-final and the final of the state mixed pairs just a bit after 11-ish tomorrow for the semi-final, and then 2 for the final. And then Saturday we kick off the Triples Championships in the afternoon. Oh, good bowl here from James Reynolds. It's just going to fade past the jack, though. Bryce and James both favouring this narrower side of the green at the moment. Bryce just going to be a little tight there. There is a bit of breeze coming across the green here. We'll just hold those up on that side. It's a little bit cool. Just got offered a lolly, and it's not that I didn't want one, it's just that people don't like it when you chew in their ear. Well, James just didn't quite get the right combination there, just out to the width. Very close to a shot here again. Live view, it looks a lot like the front bowl would actually be shot. I can tell you that wind has got a little bit of icicles in it. Quite cool coming in under the awning where we are, behind this head. James going to change his shot. It's still going to be that forehand draw. Just needs to just tighten it up the line from his previous. He needs to be probably a little bit further out than that one though. Might have been just slightly spooked by his previous bowl holding the wind. If he sits that, it's good, but it's just going to fade underneath. Bryce got a bit of speed on this. He wants James's bowl. Just going to go underneath. One bowl too narrow. Would have been worth probably 2 shots. The tape on it. Beats that one. So 1 shot to James. One James Reynolds leading. Simone Smith, East Maitland, is taking the bronze medal home. Unfortunately, Troy Rogers unable to play another match today. Just a bit of an issue with his knee. Pam Stefanis playing Keith Roberts. Beresfield and South Tamworth clashing for the reserve singles gold medal. Gail Schultz playing Mark Power for the reserve singles bronze medal. Bryce's first bowl, absolutely spectacular. Well down again from Bryce and chosen to go out on the wide side again. Just in behind. Mixed pairs, scores scrolling through at the bottom of the screen. Of course, you can find the ladders and the results from the first two rounds of the mixed pairs, as well as all of the other matches from the Para Championships on BowlsLink. That's through the app or through the browser version, results.bowlslink.com.au. Plenty of grass from Bryce. That will really hook back in. He wants it to sit on the front of James's bowls. Just going to go around the back. Still scooch right across the head. Three shots. Well, that was Jimmy. I got that one wrong. James taking a little bit of control here. Now leads 7-1. Bryce won the first end, and since then James has dominated the scoring. Decent opening bowl for James. Mixed pairs scores going through at the bottom again. Oh, I think Bryce just, his own reaction says that he's just pulled that across the line. I think that's James holding a couple again. Better line from Bryce to Bruyn this time. Wants to get the edge of that bowl, but he's sat on the back of it. I don't know if James has got the pace on this. Just wants to miss Bryce's bowl. Well, he's sat on the back of it, so it definitely won't count. I don't think Bryce has managed there. It might be one more to James. It's agreed. One, James Reynolds. Rolls a shorter length. Well, the over 40 pairs entries now open to men's, women's mixed teams, giving players the opportunity to compete alongside a clubmate in a strong and competitive format. From the qualifying, 32 teams progress through to the state finals. Qualifying rounds held on the 12th and 13th of September 26. State finals to be played 14, 15 of November. Entries close 11th of August. You can find an entry link in the description of this video. I'll jump in now into the over 40s state pairs. Also, entries open for the Rookies State Singles, qualifying in every region. The Rookies' ideal competition for the new bowlers to compete for a state final, looking to test their skills Open to all ages and abilities, making it a perfect starting point for aspiring bowlers. So if you started bowling in the last 2 years, this could be you. Entries for the rookies singles close on the 1st of July. Again, you can find a link for entries in the description of the video. And the rookies pairs, ideal competition for new bowlers looking to test their skills, compete for a state title. Again, if you started bowling 1st of April 2024 or after, you could be eligible to play. Entries for the rookies pairs close on the 19th of August, which is after the rookie singles is played. So we're giving you a bit of time there. Entry link in the description of this video. Bryce holding shot. James here. You can trail that jack, he could actually make a count. Certainly on target to get the jack, but he's just going to find the hole. Had the right way. Tough to play on this green. You've got to be so precise. Speed of the green means the turn. You just got to judge it perfectly. Not the easiest shot, the little 2 yards of weight, especially to a bare jack. Chance here for Bryce to add a third. He may elect to try and cover, but I think adding a shot would certainly make it more difficult for James. It's going to finish him behind and count. Very well played. Jimmy, he's going to have to draw this. Could see his lead significantly reduced. New South Wales proud to have Dubbo Regional Council as an official sponsor of the state championships. Through this partnership, state championships will be held in Dubbo across 3 non-consecutive years. First in 2024. Now we're pleased to be back in 26, and then again we'll be here in 2028. I also want to thank TAB for their continued support of the sport, not only with the state championships but also the Platinum Pennant. We're delighted to have TAB once again involved in supporting one of the major events on the Bowls New South Wales calendar. Bryce might have added there, I'm not sure. Just the one. A good starter for Bryce. Just in behind the jack. That's well and truly within the foot. Not a bad reply from James Reynolds though. Just going to get a little fade. Knock it ever so slightly closer to Bryce's bowl and drop away to the side. And Bryce still holding one. Mixed pairs also underway today. Sectional play, round 3 being played at the moment. Scores from those games scrolling through at the bottom of your screen. This match is 17 ends, 3 bowl pairs or 2 hours time limit. And Bryce still holding one. He's going to switch to play the wider, the backhand side. Just trying to draw underneath James Reynolds' bowl out to the right of the jack. Touch on that hand is advantageous for Bryce as well. Pretty well pointed. Amazingly well pointed. Just fades underneath. I think he counts though. James might consider following him down. But also consider a little bit of a tack. Depending on where this third bowl ends up. Well, this is his last bullet anyway. Probably chose not to run in case he just took his own clean. That one though, he's under the line, really hooked across as we said it is. Has got 2, Bryce. James Reynolds going back to play the final bowl of the end. He's got 2 seconds, which I think he does. Probably consider going to try and get both of those bowls. Certainly is lining up on that forehand side and looks to be preparing to play weight. Has gone fairly quick. Wants the inside of the first one. Split the gap. 2 to Bryce. What's that saying about holes and bowls? Which one's bigger? Two. So we're about 40 minutes into our match, 41 and a half. 8-4 the score in this clash. Bryce, decent line with this one. Just wants this to hold on a bit longer. Very good starter. Won't bother James there. That one just about jack high. Does go out to the wide side. Be thinking that bowl's just about jack high. It's a nice little target for a shelf. Nice guide to try and draw inside. Going to go right to the outside of the bowl and still be one down though. Bryce holding one. Weight was very good. Doesn't need massive correction. Just a fraction more grass. Hopes hit the inside. Well, he's done that. He's just turned James Reynolds' bowl out and made 2. But, no change for James either. That's 2. Well, that's just more in the shelf out there, jack high. Very close with his opening bowl. Just needs very tiny little bit less grass and he'll drift inside those bowls. Drop the pace off as well. Bryce, no need to change anything, just try and draw it in. Decent line, all down to his pace. Good result. He's drawn a shot. Well, James decides to play that other hand. And with great effect, fantastic bowl, draws the shot. Bryce, he swaps it over. Going to play a little bit of aggression here, try and pop that bowl through. Can he get the result off there? No, it'll just smack and go across. The last bowl of this end. James holding one. We'll just look to play very similar backhand draw to add another. Not much else on there. Giving it plenty of grass to come back in. Just slightly underdone the speed. It is another one to James Reynolds. He'll go out to a 9-4 lead. Decent start for James. Probably just a little bit longer than he would have hoped. Good, well, nearly 2 metres behind. Bryce takes advantage. Draws a shot. Very well pointed from James Reynolds. He just gets the outside of Bryce to Bruyn's bowl. Still shot for Bryce. I think Bryce will stick with that forehand side. Just try and not cut the line. Draw another shot. Looks to be a good line, all down to his pace. Just going to be a little shy, so I think there'll be a chance for James here to try and just hit that shot bowl or just grab that jack around the corner. Needs to be pretty precise to get it exactly right, but got the ability. There is a good result on that hand available for him. This to really come back. Got 2 seconds now. Bryce elects to go out on that wider hand as well now. And he's played this very well. I think that might be good enough for 2. Just wondering whether that might just influence James to try and play a little bit of weight down on this hand. Can't get the inside of that bowl, but also has the chance to come down here and just squirt that jack through that hole. Comes back into this area, is 2, maybe 3. A dead end also suits James, as he's got the best, at least 2 at the back. He's not going overly aggressive here, but he has got a fairly tight line. Wants this to really hook back and sit that shot bowl through, or take the jack. He's got the shot bowl. That'll be one at least to James, I think. Does indicate to Bryce that he's one down. I think Bryce can play a very similar shot here. Out on that backhand side. Sit that bowl or just single that jack across to the side. Just had second thoughts there. Well, I think Bryce might have still got the shot there. Yep, James hands over the jack, so 5-9. Bryce trailing 5-9, looking for a good start. Let's check the scores on the other one, or other games. Well, Simone Smith takes the bronze medal. Unfortunately, Troy Rogers just had a knee give out, so reserve singles matches scores also just flicking through. Keith Roberts and Pam Stefanis playing for the gold. Gail Schultz and Mark Power for the bronze. The mixed pairs also underway today, and the round 3 scores will now be showing at the bottom of your screen. Section winners from the 8 sections will back up tomorrow morning, 8:45, quarterfinals. And we'll commence streaming from 11 a.m. the semi-finals, and then the final in the afternoon. I'll be coming to you from Club Dubbo. Gear will be packed up and moved over tonight and tomorrow morning. James Reynolds sneak in for shot with that one. Yep. Para singles. 21 shots up. First to 21 claims victory, but we do have a 2 hour 15 time limit. So once the time limit is reached, the end in progress will be completed as Bryce Bruyn draws shot. No further ends commenced, with the exception that in these games, if it's tied up by the end completed at the time limit, an extra end will be played. The same as if there had been a draw in a pairs final, for example. Coin would be tossed. Winner would decide whether to roll the jack and play first or have their opponent do so. Bryce holding one. Wants this just to sneak around like his previous one did. Just going to get caught up. He's elected to play out on that backhand side, clubhouse side of the green. Draws the shot. Very well played. One shot to James Reynolds, just under a little pressure, produces the goods. New South Wales pays big thanks to TAB and to Dubbo Regional Council, who are the major supporters of the 25-26 State Championship Finals series here in Dubbo, and a very special thanks to our 3 host clubs. Club Dubbo, home of the West Dubbo Roos. North Dubbo RSL Sporties, the home of the Dubbo City Rhinos. And the Macquarie Club, home of the River Rats. Mixed pairs finals tomorrow. Bryce de Bruyn plays a bomb. Saturday, State Triples Championships, all 5 of them, get underway in the afternoon. Continue Sunday finals Monday. Tuesday, we're due to get the pairs rolling. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, followed by Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the singles. And then the fours, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, a little bit of a hiatus. Friday, the players arrive for the junior inter-region training session on the Friday afternoon, and then Saturday, Sunday to play. So a big few weeks coming up here at Dubbo. I think it's around the 900 competitors coming in over that time. Bryce, well, may have just opened that up a little bit. Probably holding two. Might have made it a little easier to see that jack. James can play on that forehand, a little bit tighter hand. He can arrive to sit the shot bowl or just drag that jack around the corner. Might be just trying to dead draw as well. Has got the chance though to grab hold of the jack and make a couple. That's what he's trying to do, and that little bit of speed just held him off the line that it was required. Bryce holding a couple. The singles here, we have two divisions. The open singles, which we're streaming, the higher grade, if you were. For the para, the reserve singles is, well, they can nominate to play reserve, but they're allocated by the controlling body for the event. Probably slightly more a participation event. The limited field for the para, where the idea is that those players, probably not quite in the class of the James Reynolds, have an event where they can compete. A carryover from the event being more of a participation than high performance. A few years ago, the All Abilities State Championships used to be conducted under the auspices of Wheelchair Sports New South Wales. Bowls New South Wales was approached to bring the Para-State Championships under the umbrella of the Bowls New South Wales State Championships, and we did that 2 years ago. First time out here, first time at Dubbo. And a bit more of a high performance focus on the top end now. Does lead towards consideration and selection in the para-state sides. We now have two interstate test series played, one against Queensland and one against Victoria, as well as the sides selected to play in the nationals against all of the other states. But no qualifying events in regions. It's a direct nomination to play in this event, so we actually have two singles fields. One more high performance pointy and one more aimed at those who are newly getting involved, or perhaps not quite as talented, as dynamically talented as someone like James and Bryce. It does lead for those to get an opportunity to compete, and then those who do well in the reserve will be elevated to the open singles the following year. It's not related to the reserve championships that are conducted as part of the mainstream state championship events later this well, starting Saturday, we have men's, women's, men's senior, women's senior, and the Open Reserve Championships that will be underway later. The Open Reserve there for players whose pennant grading is 5, 6, 7. Just been asked, are we broadcasting the mixed pairs quarterfinals tomorrow morning? No. But we pack up the gear tonight. We'll actually be installing our equipment at West Dubbo in the morning. Unfortunately, we're not going to have the time to get it in and installed in time to broadcast. It will happen tomorrow morning, and then we'll be ready to broadcast the semi-finals. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the opportunity to move that gear in tonight. It's for those who are in Dubbo, Thursday nights at Club Dubbo, very busy. I've got a raffle on. Plus, it's their special at the Riverview Bistro. It's schnitzel night, $10 schnitzel night. So there are actually big crowds. It's not safe for us to negotiate those crowds with the gear. We do need to move a rather large trolley in, and not good to do that when the crowd's there. Great bowl from Bryce to Bruyn. Six. Scores in the other matches, of course. Rogers, unfortunately, unable to play the bronze medal match. Pam Stephanus leading 11-8 over Keith Roberts. And Mark Power 9, Gail Schutz 8 in the other matches. Well, James Reynolds, what a bowl. Mixed pairs scores. Put across the bottom of your screen for you now. Mixed pairs, 17 ends to be played. No time limit there, 2 hours. James just making his way back to the mat. We're just over an hour remaining in our time. Two hours, 15 minutes time limit for the singles. James, a little bit of speed on this, but he can sit on his own and stay. I think he's made 2 and might have even just noodled that jack back enough. Potentially for 3. One agreed. the tape across. Might only be the second one they're measuring for. Two shots to James. 12-5. Shots to 6. James Reynolds leading Bryce to Bruyn in this open singles, para open singles, gold medal match. Great starter from James. And what a reply from Bryce. Little touch. I think he's got the shot out of that. Well down from James again. Just going to run past. Oh, it's just carried on for quite a while. And Bryce did get shot, confirmed by a marker. Another good bowl. That's made two. James will follow Bryce down on that hand. It's got a nice draw. If he's a little overweight, there's a couple of chances here to sit and stay. Also, big enough gap for him to slide through fairly easily. Speed of green we're on. It's very much the danger that you're going to just miss. Bryce is playing very good. Been seen Bryce over a few games to assess his form. He certainly contributed a major amount to their victory in the pairs and has gone very well in the singles as well. I don't think either player so far has lost a game in this para championship, so fitting that they would be the finalists. One of them will go home with 2 gold medals. One will go home with a gold and a silver. Close again from James, but he's just slid through the gate. Well, big chance here for Bryce to add a third shot. And he'd very much love to do that. He'd be back within 3. 12-6 the current score. We've got just under an hour of play remaining. Just over 58 minutes to be more precise. Close measure between these two bowls. So I'm just going to double check that measure. If Bryce is not convinced, he'll get the umpire in. One shot removed. I'm going to get the umpire to check. Simone's going to leap in and give us her expert opinions. Just got to turn that volume up. I think I've got the right one.
Yeah, you got me.
Oh, try this one.
This one?
Oh, try that one. There we go.
Now?
Got you now. Let's turn that down. That one?
Got me now?
Nope. I just got to keep fiddling with the knobs till I get the right one.
Hello?
I think I've got you.
Hello?
There
Yep,
we go.
got me now.
Umpire's using the bowls line. Confirmed it's James's bowl that's shot. It'll be 1 to Bryce. He's 7-12. He's certainly making James work for it.
Most definitely.
Good thing.
I think it's changed a little bit out there too from when we played a bit earlier. It's more shaded now. It's come over, so that'll change the pace of the green. Just doing the button dance to change the cameras around. Try not to move them too much while they're on program. People tell me it makes them busy. It's that sort of green though where if you're just not quite finding your grass and weight, it makes you second guess. And very easily done too, and then you overcorrect.
I did observe though that breeze, and playing the tight hand, the breeze on the other side of the green, it's left to right as we look at it this way.
As your bowl's coming in with the wind, it just seems to give the appearance that it actually picks up pace. I actually think it doesn't slow down as fast as normal. The wind actually gives you a little bit more of a run.
It certainly does.
Exaggerates the draw across the head. So when you cut the line, it looks like it really takes off.
It does. Looks like it's really coming home, but yeah. I mean, it is a little bit more windier today, I think, like in the afternoon compared to yesterday.
Yeah, the flag's certainly standing out. I'm not sure how much protection this end of the green has. Wouldn't imagine it's a hell of a lot because the protection's at the other end for the wind coming the other direction.
It sort of feels like it swirls up in this corner. And the other one, it just, it's coming straight across there. But in the corner, it's swirling a bit.
Well, Bryce is around that one. Will it pull up in time? Not sure. James is asking the question. He said Pete told he's one down. Trucks seem very noisy this afternoon as well.
Yeah, they're pretty non-stop coming through here. That's where we need to be out there. It comes down to pace now.
Oh, he's going to get a little tickle on the jack, and
Stayed with it.
I think he has stayed with it enough to catch shot. Not only the trucks, the old hotted up Commodores are pretty noisy too.
Yeah, we've had everything going past here.
Fire trucks, ambulances, motorbikes.
Motorbikes doing wheelies all the way down the street. A little bit entertaining while you're playing bowls.
I did see one decided to take off when the light turned red against it.
I think that was the motorbike because
Yes.
it was definitely red going through, yeah.
He's gunned it and gone, and I thought, oh, don't do that. Because I know people want to play in the para bowls, but that's a bit of an extreme way to try and get to qualify.
Yeah, wouldn't want to encourage that one, going through red light with doing wheelies all the way through.
Did see an interview with a Paralympian, and one of the interviewers was a bit rude. Basically, it said something about their injury and about competing in sport for people. And he just looked. He said, "I'd rather have my leg back."
I'm sure he would.
He did shut down the rudeness, which I thought was hilarious. Jimmy's just a bit short.
Short there, had the right line.
Still one. Couple of close battles in the reserve singles.
They are having a great battle out there. We've been watching those as well as Jimmy and Bryce.
9-12. Pam Stefanis now leading in the gold medal in the reserve. Gail Schultz behind by one against Mark Power. So keeping it tight. Of course, we've got the mixed pairs also underway. I'll run the scores across the bottom there.
I think he's going to stay for shot or not. I'm not quite sure if that ran through and sat or... Have they indicated up the other end whether it's shot or not?
Bryce is actually on 8 shots. I pressed the wrong button.
Oh,
He'd actually scored 2 when they measured this end. Scoreboard at the other end's hiding behind my screens.
it's 8-12, yeah, at that end. Just needs to get around these bowls here.
He's got around them beautifully.
It's a great pick up.
Got
there.
an edge. Just pushed it a little closer to his own bowl. He won to Jimmy, and he's on the dreaded 13.
Do you have any numbers that maybe, you get worried about if you land on it and can't get off it, or?
0.
I know a lot of people have their certain numbers, but they seem to think they get stuck on, but yeah.
Oh, look, none of them really bother me.
I have a little habit that I get into, and I'll go over and I'll turn my number over on the scoreboard and then just, put it back down again and off you go. See if you can move it. This end. I think 8 times out of 10 it happens.
A lot of people really don't like 13. How is that legal?
Yep, that was pretty loud. I'm sure that came through for everybody. That seemed to keep swinging. I thought Jimmy's bowl was actually going to stay there with the jack, but it just kept going through. Bryce is playing that kind of side.
He seems to have got that pretty good. The line, it's just going to fade a little bit.
Well. Yeah.
But a couple of other games he's played on the live stream game, played very well. Because the only games I've actually seen are on the live stream. James just a bit quick.
Not a bad spot to be, though.
He's just under the line again, but he's just going to shave underneath the jack. I'm wondering if he'd hold on and just give it a little touch across to the right of our screen.
Well, I think the gusts there too have just dropped off a little bit compared to what it was, so it does make it a bit tricky.
Some commenters reckon that we shouldn't have a time limit on a final. The time limit applies to all games, consistent from the start to the finish. I get why people think it shouldn't be on the final, but it does also protect the players that they're, especially in these disciplines, that they're not going to be out on the green for an excessive amount of time. And you've got to remember that most of the players who qualify for this, all of the players who qualify for this, are classified as having a degree of disability.
Wow, what a great shot there by Bryce.
That does mean that a majority of them have to work harder at being out on the green and playing.
I think for a lot of players it's very much fatigue with a lot of us, not just, a couple, but majority do feel fatigued.
It used to be that the welcome dinner was held in the middle night of the championships. Feedback from the players was that it was a bit tiring at that time. Could we have it on the opening night and have it nice and early? Which we did this year. It seemed to be appreciated.
I think everyone seemed to enjoy themselves too, a bit more alive there, so instead of being overtired after a few days of playing your singles and pairs on some days.
2 hour time limit for the pairs, 2 hours 15. 4 singles.
Oh, wow.
Threaded the needle.
just think those conditions have changed a little bit. It is a little bit cooler. You can feel it coming through here now underneath.
I've noticed that each day when the shadows get across this rink, it gets a bit cooler in here.
Yep.
About time for me to turn around and press the button behind me again. Very nice under here with the heater going. Very well bowled from Bryce.
Great weight there from Bryce.
2 shots. We'll look at the third. Jimmy says, no, it's just 2. Go and have a look though. I think Bryce will be happy with the 2.
Just made it a bit more interesting now. 13-10.
Not much in it. And we do have 42 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Might be enough. The players in this event too, they all readily accept the time limit and the fact that they're going to be games that are timed out. And you're probably well aware that there's certain players that you're more likely to be timed out against than others.
Yep, definitely.
Although I think we've only had 1 or 2 games timed out throughout the event.
Yeah, there hasn't been many at all who've been timed out.
Even though our pairs final didn't get the 14th end in, it was a 5-shot difference, and the maximum of 6 unlikely to be scored.
Yeah, I think Troy was a bit hard on himself, I think, not picking up that last one there and putting the jack in the ditch.
Would have been a brilliant shot if he'd pulled it off, but great start from Bryce.
Great start.
I think we've got to remember is that it's between 10 and 11 games in 4 days for these players. Everybody would have had a bye in the singles. We end up with one section with 4 players instead of 5.
Is that going to flop in? I think so.
Yep, got the shot.
Great shot there by Jimmy.
Did have a section in the pairs of the bye as well. Unfortunate, but
Yeah.
can only play with the number of players who enter.
That's right. If we had a few more people, and we wouldn't have buys. So
If you do have a disability and you want to be classified, we will run sessions throughout the year for you to be classified.
I think we had a classification up in the Gold Coast for the AO, so we did a refresher one up there. So they do run them about 2-3 a year, I think.
Also, New South Wales run a couple throughout the year. We did have one at Bruyn a couple of weeks ago, just before this event. One at Raymond Terrace earlier in the year.
Yeah, they do.
But we can arrange technical and medical classification
Just
as
no
needed.
wonder.
Might mean a little bit of travel for somebody, but we try and organise that. So if you are interested, you can get in touch with the Bowls New South Wales office. At the moment, you're probably better off to send an email because we're all tied up.
It could be under the line again there for Bryce.
He's just turned James's bowl up. No damage, no.
Great line in there again by Jimmy there. It comes down to the weight.
Well, doesn't want to flick the jack. Good miss.
a bad spot to land if you're going to miss back there.
There's definitely a little bit of coolness about that breeze coming in.
It's a better line now. I think he's holding one there now.
Yeah, got the jack, pushed that through.
If Bryce's bowl goes, does Jimmy have 3?
I think so. You might see an attacking option from James here.
I don't think he'll be short.
Down on this hand, try and punch that bowl through.
Yeah. I think a 16-10 lead would be huge at this point.
Oh, definitely. We've got 37 minutes remaining. 37. There's still plenty of time, and yep, Jimmy is attacking. I'll tell you what.
Oh, just
very close. But Bryce will hold on for a single. That would have made a huge difference. We go to 13-11 now.
Need 2 in it now.
13-11 and 16-10 in a 21-up match. Exceptionally different.
I think this is what everyone wants in a final. You want something that's close, and we definitely are getting that. Both Jimmy and Bryce have been playing really well in singles and in the pairs, so
yes,
didn't surprise anyone that they were both in here together in the final.
Just tilt your microphone up a little bit. You can hear you better then.
Is that better?
Much better. So that one's going to be a bit longer. I'm going to tilt my camera down.
Not sure how often it happens. Maybe having your pairs and your singles, playing singles against each other. You've been playing pairs together.
I don't remember it happening, but we only have a couple of years worth of data on our books. Aaron played Jimmy in the first year here, and in the last year James played. I can't remember who he played in the final last year. Was it Aaron again?
I'm trying to remember now.
I'll have to dig back.
Yeah.
It would be available on our previous results.
I think the pairs I can remember. I'm trying to remember the singles. Great starter there by Jimmy.
Well, people asking also about James following his third bowl to the head. Completely entitled to the conditions of play allow him to follow his third bowl to the head, as in every other match. It's another good start by both players. Bryce is just going to be in behind. James holding one.
It's so easy just to go over that sort of half metre to a metre. Stays under that black line. It should come home nicely. Oh, I think the weight got him there. Line was good.
Great sense of direction. She was going out that way. See ya.
It was Ray Douglas, Hazelbrook.
It was Ray. That's right. He's just going to come through. What a great effort there by Bryce.
And the bronze medal match was Aaron.
Was Aaron with in Chrissy?
Christine,
In
yeah.
Chrissy.
21-20.
Wow. Would have been a great game to actually broadcast. Jimmy's close here again. Probably don't want any movement on the jack.
And Richard Rombouts won the reserve singles.
Yeah, Richard's
Time
playing really
match
good balls.
18-15 over Stuart Kidd of Fingal Bay. Stuart's not here this year. So we've had a number of new players and a few that didn't make the trip.
Those three back bowls are Bryce's, I think.
Yeah, we can get a little tickle on this. It'd be huge. Be tough to do.
It wasn't too far away.
Don't think he's quite got the speed.
Just taking that weight off.
Could have played a little bit of an attacking shot, but he could have risked then pumping James's bowl onto the jack and pushing it all the way back to the ditch.
I think
Possibly
James,
dropped it too.
Yeah, James has got the back covered there.
Could have peeled that one off clean. He would have picked up 3. Well, could have.
Does give Jimmy an opportunity now to draw a second shot.
Already had a little bit of feedback that players might find it easier if the state champ's going to be closer to the back of the year in 27. A bit more separation from the Australian Open.
Yeah, I think that would be handy. A lot kinder on the all abilities. There was a lot to go from the AO to state championships. I think it has maybe got a little bit quicker. Just watching Jimmy come down with those 2 bowls rolling through, where before he might have been landing those, so maybe slightly quicker.
Just a little. Even if it's only half a second, it does make a bit of a difference.
It's huge on here. We're going for a little bit shorter length here.
Just under half an hour remaining.
It's going to test them, I think, after playing a few long ends. They've just gone a little bit shorter. Good correction there by Jimmy. I'm sure Bryce will also correct on his next one.
Pam Stefanis on the springboard now leads 17-12.
I'm not quite sure how Mark and Gail are going over there.
13 shots apiece.
Having a great battle over there. Just trying to come home. It's just that high side. It'll stay out. Just going to duck under. Okay, so it's a measure. So maybe Jimmy's bowl's a bit further back than what you think.
Yeah, often I find that the angle of the camera just makes the bowls straight behind the jack look closer, because you can only see a little bit of separation between the bowl and the jack. But
Definitely.
we're probably good 7 or 8 metres back from that jack with a camera, maybe even more.
Well, it's definitely shut now, I think, from Bryce.
Yep. Well, if it was a measure for the others, that one's closer than either one. The one's near jack high, so Jimmy needs to draw this one.
Does Jimmy have all back on this side?
Yeah, I don't think it's worth trying to trail.
No, I thought.
Just seeing how hard it is. Much better off just to draw, and there's lots of room. There's a massive hole there to go through. It's the flick off that. He might have just run a little too far again, so
Is it gonna
chance
flop
for
in?
Bryce to draw a second. And that one might have just, if it was measure 4, that might be the second shot. If Bryce can add one more, we've got 1 shot difference. These players will get a warning on how much time is left. They're well aware of the time limits, and they're well aware that games will be timed out.
It's on a good track here.
Very well played.
Beautiful bowl.
So it'll be at least 2. He's 2. 13-14. Well, the short end does create one little conundrum. They want to put the mat back at the tee. It's got to be all the bowls have got to be kicked back there.
Just change that length. Bryce is going to push it back out, I think.
I've probably got 3 or 4. And people need to realise that para does not refer to paraplegic, it refers to parallel. So the Paralympics is actually the Parallel Olympics, and designed to be for disabilities. People are required to be classified for this. Mostly people are classified as be 6, 7 or 8.
That's right, yep.
I'm not sure if we've got any B5s.
I don't think we do.
B5 is fairly severely impacted.
It's a great start there by Bryce.
Our trophies and medals actually say all abilities.
Yes, okay, yep.
I don't make the terminology up, I just follow it.
I think sometimes we say all ability or para for us. That's just what we say. So
Does not matter. We've got people out enjoying the game, playing against their peers, and smiling to do it.
I think that's what we try to, make it competitive on the green. But yeah, when we come off, we're all really good friends.
We even had someone laughing because they almost bowled a wrong bias in their semi-final. They were laughing because they didn't.
Yeah, Jimmy was going to tell me that I had the wrong bias, but I actually stopped and pulled back because I still had some touch of chalk on my bowl, which I was getting off, and I finally noticed that yes, it was the wrong bias I was going to get on the mat with. So
I did notice that you pulled back, and I thought, something's just disturbed there. They had a bit of a laugh, and I thought, I don't know what that's about. Now I do.
I think I've been playing for about 11 years. I've done maybe a couple in my time, so that would have been, a little bit funny.
What a bowl from Jimmy Reynolds. Toucher.
Great bowl there by Jimmy. I think Bryce
Yeah,
is still holding, just.
Yep. Well, it's hard to tell there because both the white bits are showing at us.
I think it's that Jack is closest, I think, to Bryce.
Yes, it definitely is. I've got the live view through just under the monitors. And Bryce just holding. Anything that's Jimmy probably slight advantage in position because he's got the bowl behind. But Bryce, I think he just needs to draw down. Don't think he's quite got the width needed for that length. He'll fade across. If Jimmy's brave enough to play it, he can play the forehand, try and arrive to that shot bowl, get the split, the jack goes back to his own. Danger is he takes his own out, of course.
A bit more weight.
So players have just been given the 20-minute warning. Bryce asks the question of the marker.
Jimmy just lost his grass there on that one. The weight was good though.
What Bryce is actually finding out is who's got third wood. Interesting thing too is if Jimmy does decide to go big, both of those bowls can go out. If the jack kills, I think he's just got the shot on the tee with one.
He might too.
One back to the back right. Or he might have before this.
This is going to come home.
Well, he might be unlucky here.
Oh.
That's it's a great effort, but Jimmy's just going to say, that'll do. I'm not going to play this one. Bring the ball up. Be one to James Reynolds.
Good call there. I would not be touching that.
Hey, big chicken. Said he couldn't draw another shot there. Well, Very unlucky for Bryce. He could have easily made 2, maybe even 3. But just got the wrong edge of the jack. Jimmy goes out to a 15 lead. The superstitious would say it's the 13 curse. I don't believe it.
No, it's just a number.
I think 2 maybe. Bryce was just a little bit adventurous with the bowl.
Had some movement over there in the gold match in the reserve. Can you see those scores for me? Is it 18?
It's 17-18. Keith leading Pam.
You can't quite see Gail.
15-14. Gail leading.
So they're having a great match over there for the gold and silver and bronze. Not sure if that's going to hold there for Bryce. Definitely swinging that little bit late, isn't it, than what it was earlier? It's got that late little swing on it now, playing that clubhouse to the ditch there.
It's probably just picked up that half a second with the shadow.
Yeah, it just seems to be just turning that little bit more.
Well, I think James holding 2 at the moment. Tell you what, having the helpers at the back of the rink, picking up the bowls and passing the players also helps to speed up the game. Makes it also easier on the players.
Yeah, we're very, very thankful for all the helpers. They're all volunteer.
There's been a lot of them. There's been some 2 to 3 for every rink.
Unbelievable. There was never a shortage of helpers.
And I'll be specific to this venue. That Carmen McDonald, the chief rhino,
Chief Rhino.
the chief ringleader, has done a mammoth job. It's been absolutely spectacular.
Oh, yep, definitely.
And has looked after us
Jimmy
spectacularly well.
Reynolds, great shot. Just pop that jack to the side a little bit. Gives Bryce just a bit of a look.
Well, we're down to just under 15 minutes of time remaining, so 2-3 more ends. This is critical.
And this is the last bowl from Bryce here on this end.
I think he's just going to fade underneath.
He's trying to get there with his weight.
Just hasn't quite sent it. Needed another yard. A chance here for Jimmy to pick up.
I know, Bryce has one more. I'll just
Yeah.
send the helper with up there. Yep.
It hides, doesn't it?
It hides, and I'm like, oh, it must be the last one. No, it's not.
I think Jimmy holding 2, possibly the 3rd. Hard to tell.
Well, I think that back bowl, is that actually
One right at the back is Bryce.
is Bryce? So he, okay.
So Bryce right at the back, right at the front, and Jack high. Dude, it looks on the screen like the Jack high one beats Jimmy's at the back right near the tee.
I think he might be going for a little bit of a cover here in case Bryce goes to the back.
That would be best back. Bryce just asks for position. 2 is the response. Shot bowl behind the jack. I think that means Bryce will play that backhander slightly tighter. Try just to thread that fine line of arriving, but getting the right amount of grass.
That's the hard part.
Tightish line. Don't know about his speed. Hard to tell. Very close. Played it well. Oh, dear me. Well, he's got second.
That's two ends now where he has played the right shot and just very unlucky.
But that he's stiff with that one. Very stiff. Single to Jimmy. Well, I thought he had it. He's hit the bowl, flopped in around the jack and just dribbled past too far. 12 minutes and 4 seconds to go. So possibly 3 ends.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe 3. They don't have to come down the head, maybe 4. Maybe 3.
I don't think you'll get 4
3.
in.
Yeah, maybe 3.
3 would be the limit.
No, I think it would too. Yeah.
Possibly only 2. You only got to start the end though, you don't have to finish it. So
That's right, yeah.
just got to get the jack down.
Great start there.
Gale and Keith, 15 apiece on the scoreboard.
Keith, I think, has just moved forward to 19-17 now.
Yep.
Just needs 2 to win there.
He's just scored a single that's gone on the board. It hasn't gone on our ticker yet. Toucher from Bryce.
Great bowl there by Bryce.
Oh, what a finish. Well,
It's probably going to be a very important end, this one. You only have a couple to go.
got to say, Bryce stiff with one, or stiff both times, but perhaps should have been a little more cautious on the second last end. And Jimmy gets a little bit of love, straighten.
A little bit of slide there, yeah. Bit of a kiss on the way through.
But, could have been 15-14 if Bryce had stayed away the previous end, and then, well, Bryce could have been up 15-14 with a bit of luck last end. Both go his way. We've got 3 shots the difference. Bryce has to score this end.
It's not far away here. That will come home.
Brilliant bowl. Needs to fall down. Has. Well done, Bryce. Just said he had to score, and he's pulled one right up next to the jack. Ideally, he'd score 2 this end to go. 1 behind with maybe 2 to play. Nine minutes 17 to go. I do think we will run out of time for any more than one more end.
Look, I think we're going for the back here.
Well, he's either gone for cover at the back or he's
Or overplayed it.
just, yeah, I think it's very easy to do on that hand, especially because you're taking so much grass, you actually give it a little push. Bryce needs to play another draw shot. Doesn't need any bad luck on this one. Love to draw a second shot. How good would it be for Bryce to pick up 3 this end and
Oh, look,
be all
he's on a
square?
great line again here coming in. That's where they come from.
Just around that. And he gets the love this time. Two spectacularly good bowls from Bryce. Holding two. Only unfortunate thing for him is he's just poked that jack out into the open. Now James can see it. He's going to have to play a bomb. But I think it's just made it 10% easier.
It has. He can see it now, so he does have the back bowl too. I think Bryce has another front bowl though in front of
He does.
Jimmy
So
there too.
if James attacks and hits Bryce's bowl, I think it'll stay. Could take out one of the other ones. It all depends on how this hits, and he's going to hit Bryce's bowl. Got rid of one stayed.
What's the time? How long, please?
You've got 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Seven minutes remaining. So, Bryce has got one bowl left.
There is some room there to draw. He's
Yep. Has to draw a third bowl. He's played two bombs on that backhand. He's got to play that again. And he did really rush down there. I hope he doesn't rush playing this bowl. At 6:30. So it will be the last end.
he's out on that great line again. It's going to come down to his weight here.
He's played it brilliantly.
That is very, very close.
Well, I don't care what green you're on, that's magnificent
that's
bowling.
fantastic.
3 shots, and guess what?
We have a new leader.
All square.
All square?
16-16.
Oh, it is 16-16.
And,
That was good.
and we reckon it's the last end. Fantastic finish.
They've finished over there. Did they just shake hands, did they? So Keith won
21-17.
the gold over there in the reserve.
Keith Roberts of South Tamworth defeating Pamela Stephanus of Beresfield. 21 shots to 17. It's 17-15 in favour of Gail Schultz over Mark Power of Gaimea. 16 all in this match. And I'm talking to the bronze medalist.
Yeah, it was a shame that Troy and I could not play. Troy's league has given up on him, so...
He said he dislocated his kneecap during the game.
While he was playing, yes. And he just said he just can't walk any further.
Well, great start from Bryce.
I think maybe whoever can land this jack.
4 minutes 30 left, so last end.
Just going to run past.
James Reynolds will get last attempt. Bryce is going to try and make it as hard for him as he possibly can. This looks
He's doing that right now.
very good.
Bit of a slight touch.
And knocker. Well, isn't he finishing strongly? Well, we're getting the close final, and we're getting the absolutely cracking bowls. And No, has the wind dropped at all? It's still
No,
fairly
it's still
fluttery.
Yeah. It's not as gusty as it was before, but it definitely is. Yeah, there's a breeze out there. Just running over.
Bryce. He's holding to. Does he try and ahead or does he try to cover? Bryce is going to go and have a look. 2 minutes 19, 18, 17.
I'm just trying to leave him a little bit of a shelf out there just to work off. This will swing home.
2 bowls left to play. 1 minute 40 on the clock. And 10 seconds, so I dare say Huda will go before the last bowl of this end is delivered. Bryce holding, I think it's 1.
Looks like a great line again, coming down to his weight.
Well, James is going to play his bowl, so you can guarantee Bryce is holding. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. So he will not get to deliver the last jack. That's the time. Huda has gone. Time has expired. James Reynolds. 16 all. Last bowl has to go out on that wide hand. Wants this to rip back. He's played 3 para singles finals in a row. Can he produce it? It looks quick to me. And there we go, it's through. Bryce to Bruyn gets the lead, 17-16, and takes out the para singles final. He'll go home with 2 gold medals. Jimmy, well, he's made the final 3 years in a row, got 2 silvers and a gold.
What a fantastic final.
Great finish. And neither player's worried that it's time. Oh, they'd love to finish it off, but they both know, they both take a little bit of time, so sensational. Thanks for joining me, Simone, and congratulations on getting as far as you did.
Thanks, Andrew.
I think you played your final yesterday afternoon. You played brilliant.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but...
Fortunately, we can't play that maybe every single time, but yeah.
Yeah, but for now, it's goodbye, and we'll join us tomorrow from Club Dubbo, West Dubbo, for the mixed pairs where we'll be broadcasting semi-final and final, but until then, it's goodbye for now.